everyone, how are you doing today? Welcome to the Africa's Opinion channel. My name is Festa. Today we are on the streets of Kampala asking people if they think the costs of living are high. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Africa's Opinion. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Nice. My name is Festa.
Ruwez Ibrahim.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Do you think the costs of living here in Kampala are high?
When you talk of the cost, that one is now becoming like a norm, something like a culture. So people are getting used to it. The cost of living is really high. I can remember the time 2013 when I came here. My first time to come in Kampala and decided to stay. In the past I used to come and go back home, but now I decided to come and stay here.
So where are you from?
Me, I'm from Fort Portal. Yeah.
Okay.
So by then the cost of living were a bit lower. But now it's like times 3. I can imagine a house that used to be rented at 150. It's now like times 3 of that. That is 450. So it's every day things keep on changing. Yeah, and you realize that the cost could be. Take an example. Like this place has so many urban refugees. And those people are sponsored by the UN or sometimes their own governments, like the Eritreans, the Ethiopians, South Sudanese. Mention them. So these people come with their money and they don't mind about how they spend it. So to them it's normal. They don't understand how money maybe is made and how it is supposed to be spent. And more so, they don't feel the pain when they're spending it because it is not from their own pockets. So I can imagine someone else there, he works so hard to give the family, save some money for the future. But again, the cost of living goes high. So what does that mean? It means this person is pushed away, out of the city. Yes, the main opportunities are in the city. So to me, I think our governments have to look into such things. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for your opinion. We are glad to have you on the channel. Besides the accommodation being so high, expensive, is there any other reason as to why the city is so expensive?
I think at least I've moved to different parts of the world. The things seem to be the same. But coming back home, Kampala, Uganda, the means of transport, the means of getting food, the means of getting quality education, those things, it's like no one expected them to be in Uganda. I can imagine around 2010 there, things were normal. And it would be like a prophet who talks about it that in 10 years to come, you'd be earning like 500 per day, but you spend 600 per day. We would debate on that, but now it has come to be true. Why? Because we are trying, on an individual basis, we are trying to adopt a culture that is not ours. And so to maintain it becomes expensive. So why would this child be taught in schools beyond their area circle? Now you can imagine you have to transport this child from Gaba to Kawempe. That is transport. I can imagine this child again has to eat food. This child has, things rotated on how a child should look good, should be at school, from shoes to a uniform. So all those things make education expensive. And also, a school located in a city center, someone has to pay rent, the owner of the school. He has to pay power. He has to pay water bills. So he brings all those things onto you the parent. So to afford that, a parent has to pay a lot of money. But there are those parents who really need their children to study from good schools, but they can't afford. So at the end of the day, they have to push them in those poor schools, and at the end of the day, they don't get what they deserve. And that's why right now we have two classes. Those people that studied in good schools and they can afford to get good jobs. And those people that studied from down schools and all they can afford is that simple life. But that has been not me. However much I've studied from poor schools, but I've managed to raise. I'm a journalist. Yes. So it's not, but I don't want to go into that, but it really needs someone to pull him or herself a lot, which is not common to other people. Yeah.
So how much do you spend like in a month?
In a month, now just before you go to a month, I have to spend 8 to 10,000 per day, just transport. I have to spend 5,000 on food. I haven't talked of the airtime. I haven't talked because when you are in the field, you realize that maybe there are other unexpected costs. So in a month, you can realize I'm spending over 900. This is the gangman who hasn't built a house, personal house, is still renting. This, like everything I'm getting, I'm paying for it. You haven't thought of the water, because every day I have to use the water home. My family members have to do the same. You haven't talked of food. I don't have a garden here. So even the 900 I've told you, I exceed into that. In actual sense, you can realize it. In a month, I've spent the least like 1.2. 1.2. How much do I earn a month? It means what I'm earning again, I'm spending it. So for an African youth, it's not saving, but it's spending. Yes. And someone could be, let's say, why isn't Africa developing? We would be developing because we really work so hard. But when you realize that we spend too much, yet we earn less. And if you spend too much, there's no way you can invest. Because every day you realize that if I don't survive today, tomorrow I may not survive. So you first forget the part of saving, yet saving is the way to go. Do you realize that? Yeah.
Thank you so much for your opinion. We are glad to have you on the channel. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Africa's Opinion.